The Sun Devils have released their 2025 schedule for home themes, and it's never been more over for the TCU Horned Frogs.
You are Locked On Sun Devils, your daily podcast on the Arizona State Sun Devils. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back to the Locked On Sun Devils podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm your guide, Richie Bradshaw, here to give you all the coverage for everything you need to know about the Sun Devils, from the gridiron to the hardwood and everything in between. On today's agenda, we have the schedule for the theme of home games that has been announced this year, all the uniforms and everything like that. I gotta give them a heat check, though, see how I'm feeling about them before I hand out my special requests for those games. Before we get started, I do want to thank all of you for making Locked On Sun Devils your first listen of the day, and a shout out to my everydayers who are here every day. Let's check out the theme schedule, because this is not bad. Not bad. I do have a few things that I would tweak. So ASU has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 home games this year. 2 of those games are out of conference, which will be weeks 1 and week 3. They will close the season at home. They open Big 12 play on the road. We're going to go through games one at a time. So week 1 opening up against NAU. Drum roll, it's gold. It's gold jerseys. There's no need to reinvent the wheel or anything like that. Gold jerseys. Keep it nice and simple. Week 3, Texas State, Maroon Monsoon. I have thoughts about that, but Maroon Monsoon will be week 3 for Texas State, the last out-of-conference game before you kick things off with your Big 12 schedule. Week 5, your first home game for the Big 12 is against a team that you have not played in Big 12 play, albeit you're only in your second year. TCU. TCU will be your blackout game. I love that. Love me a blackout game. Hopefully it's not the dark maroon or what. Sorry for hitting the microphone. Hopefully it's not the dark maroon or whatever they called that last year. Like, give me a blackout. ASU has really good black jerseys. Don't take those away. Like, that was such a bummer we didn't get that last year. And I know a lot of fans were upset too. So don't do that again. Week 8, Texas Tech is going to be gold. However, for the remaining 4 home games, there will be some themes attached to them, because obviously it's just going to be gold the rest of the way. It's your typical home colors. Week 8 will be the Hall of Fame weekend, where they induct some Arizona State University athletes across the board, football, basketball, women's sports, men's sports, all that good stuff, into their athletics Hall of Fame. So that will be announced for week 8 against Texas Tech. The following week, week 9, is going to be against Houston. Again, it's gold. That's family weekend. So all of you students have your families that are going to come in and watch the game with you. So whether you're a Valley person or you're all the way from the East Coast, invite your parents and your family to come out and enjoy the game. That's going to be a pretty solid game. I don't think Houston's going to be horrible this year. I think they're going to be much improved than they were last year, and they got pretty decent down the stretch last year. So that'll be a fun game. I do think so. Week 12, West Virginia, gold. That's homecoming weekend. So all of you alumni, former players, people who attended Arizona State University in the 50s and 60s, however far back you go, come on out. Come on out to this game. West Virginia, I don't know how to feel about them yet. I'm kind of lower on them right now, but maybe that means we're going to get a blowout. And everyone loves a good blowout every once in a while. Week 14, Territorial Cup and Senior Day against U of A. It's going to be your standard gold jerseys, although there is something that needs to be required with those. But yeah, Senior Day and Territorial Cup ends the season. Not a surprise. That's the way it always is. I'm going to give them a heat check, though. Scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the absolute worst thing possible. 10 being phenomenal, perfect, down to the last minute detail. Week 1 against NAU, that's a 9 out of 10. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, ASU has great jerseys. They have great jerseys. You are going to open the season with a good combination. Just keep it nice and simple, because down the road is when we want to start experimenting and everything. Week 3 against Texas State, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I would be tempted to go lower than that. Here's the thing. Maroon Monsoon always goes hard. It's phenomenal. It's fantastic. It's the best. I would not have had it against Texas State. Here's why. Texas State is a good program. I mean, they had a very good game against you last year, and I think they're going to be good again this year. There's a reason why there's so many talks about them making the jump to the Pac-12, and it's because they are more than a respectable G5 team. But the thing for me is this is an out-of-conference game, and I would prefer Maroon Monsoon to be an inter-conference game. I'll let you know which game that is in a second. So I'm lower on it, not because of Maroon Monsoon, but for the team that it is. Week 5 against TCU, we're breaking the scale. That's a 12 out of 10. That might be a 100 out of 10. That's perfect. Give me the blackout game, not just for my first home game of the Big 12 schedule, but against a program that I expect is going to be pretty dang good this year with TCU. But sorry, Horned Frogs, you got to come to Tempe, and you got to deal with us in a blackout for the first Big 12 game of the year. Chalk that up as a loss. Here, I will hand you the L, or there you go. I'm used to doing that one. Anyways, yeah, that's a loss. Sorry, TCU. Thanks for coming out. I really appreciate it. We're gonna have a good time. I think that's gonna be a good game. But whether it's a 1-point loss, a 10-point loss, or a 100-point loss, you're getting a loss. 12 out of 10. Week 8 is against Texas Tech. I'm giving that a 7 out of 10. I feel like it could have been better. And the reason why is because that would have been my pick for Maroon Monsoon. Now, I do understand that now you're having back-to-back games of alternate jerseys, but there's 3 weeks in between. Two away games and a bye week. So there's a cushion between those games. It's not like you're going back-to-back weeks of untraditional. So I think that's more than enough space, and I think that that's a really big game. You lost to them last year. Texas Tech is going to be one of the 5 best teams in the Big 12 next year, maybe one of the 3. So I would have wanted a little bit more swag for that game. Week 9 against Houston, 8 out of 10. I mean, just keep it traditional. No need to go crazy, especially for family weekend. I think that you should just do something that's not overly crazy. Just keep the gold jerseys. Week 12 against West Virginia, I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10 because for a homecoming game, I 100% believe that should be super laid back, relax, and just enjoy the football team. I don't need something popping out at me. And in week 14, that is an 8 out of 10 for sure, because just wear your classic unis against Arizona. It is a 10 out of 10, and I am requiring that you have the throwback helmets for this one. So the original Sparky needs to be the uniform for that game. And I mean, look how great it did for ASU last year when they brought that bad boy out. So yeah, keep that going. Let's have a good time. Have that throwback helmet. I do have a few requests. That's coming up next. This is the Locked On Sun Devils podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Did you know that your Fire TV is also an Xbox? Turn any TV into your gaming system and entertainment hub with Fire TV Stick 4K devices, no console required. Just grab your paired controller, subscribe in to your Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with EA Play included, and you're ready to play. Dive into hundreds of premium titles from EA Sports College Football 25 to Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Avowed, all that good stuff. As easily as you can stream your favorite shows, it's gaming made simple. It's all on your Fire TV. 4K streaming. Watch more than 1.5 million movies, TV episodes, all from your subscribed services, Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Max, and more. That's my personal favorite part. That's my favorite part. I can access all of my streaming services right there. I don't need to switch around or anything like that. Head to Amazon.com/Fire TV Locked On to get started. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and compatible controller required. Available on select devices, including Fire TV Stick 4K second generation, Fire TV Stick 4K Max first and second generation, and Fire TV Cube third generation. Also want to talk about our friends over at FanDuel. The NBA playoffs are here, and FanDuel is giving new customers a great way to get in on the action. Right now, when you join FanDuel, place your first $5 bet, you'll get $250 in bonus bets if that bet wins. I love FanDuel. FanDuel's my go-to app. There's a reason that they are America's #1 sportsbook. And when I'm taking a look at not my favorite team, because the Suns are not in it, I'm wanting three-pointers, I'm wanting steals, I'm wanting guys that get boards, and I can bet on all of that. And after the game tips off, I can even combine live props into a same-game parlay for a chance to win big. Don't miss out. Head to FanDuel.com and claim your $250 in bonus bets today. Y'all are the best, as always, for tuning in to Locked On Sun Devils to make us your first listen of the day. Shout out to my everydayers who are here every day. Okay, let's continue our conversation with some special requests. And this is where we're going to wrap up the show. This is a nice, tight episode for you guys, a little bonus edition. So, the way that I see the schedule is, I like it for the most part. I gave you a heat check. I think most of it's good. I would swap Maroon Monsoon from Texas State to Texas Tech. That would really be my only complaint. However, I do have a handful of requirements for those games. There's a couple of games that I'm good with. There doesn't need to be any change. Week 1, the gold uniforms against NAU. My request, just the current uniforms. Don't do anything special. I think starting the year should be nice, simple. Hey, what should we expect this year? Boom. These are your jerseys. Sweet. Sounds good. Let's move on. Week 3, Texas State. It's Maroon Monsoon. There's no change. If I could pick it, I would want it all maroon. So, I mean, helmets, tops, and pants. All of it maroon. That would be my personal choice if we could do that. Week 5 against Texas State, or excuse me, Texas Tech, that is, or TCU. Sorry, I'm ahead of myself. Week 5 against TCU. Again, it's a blackout. You don't need to do anything too different. I would love, you can call me crazy for this, I would love white helmets with black tops and black pants. Because we've done that before, and it was clean. I love that look. That would be my preferred. Otherwise, just go all blacks. It's a blackout, go all blacks. Just don't do the dark maroon or whatever it was. Give me a true blackout game. That's all I ask. Week 8, when you play Texas Tech, I'm good with the gold, but give me gold pants and the white helmet that's like the big Sparky head. They had those last year. I'd be good with gold and gold, and then those white helmets. We wore those last year against Kansas, I believe. I honestly don't remember, but I loved that look. Gold and gold with the white helmet. That's the big logo of Sparky. That's my request for that one. Week 9 against, what are they called? Houston. Give me maroon tops and gold bottoms. I just need maroon jerseys blended in at some point. I need more than a Maroon Monsoon. I love my maroon in that jersey scheme. So give me maroon tops and gold bottoms. If they wanted to flip it, I could get on board with that. We'll see what happens. Week 12, this is where I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Gold tops, maroon bottoms, gold helmets. I would love that stack. Gold, maroon, gold. And if we could, I would love at the end of the year to rock the original Sparky, just like we did this past year, what was like the last 2 or 3 or 4 games, something like that, where they just had original Sparky, and look how good they played with it. So I would love that for week 12. However, week 14 against U of A, that's the requirement. That is throwbacks all the way. Give me that 1996 look. I need the original Sparky. That's a non-negotiable. There's no if, ands, or buts when it comes to that. Last week of the year against U of A, I need Sparky throwback every single time. When I play college football 25, every single time I play U of A, I make sure I am playing with that original Sparky helmet. It's a staple of the rivalry. You can't not have it. It's as simple as that. Make sure that's there. You know what? One more thing before we go. I know we gave it a heat check, but just for fun, let's go ahead and go 1 through 10, most confident to get the win. 1 being no chance, 10 being guaranteed. Week 1 against NAU, obviously it's a guaranteed win, but based on the jerseys alone, I'm still giving it a 9 out of 10. Against Texas State with the Maroon Monsoon, that is also a 9 out of 10. Maroon Monsoon is just clean. Week 5 against TCU. I'm sorry, Horned Frogs. Tell Hypnotoad he has no shot against Sparky. That's a 10 out of 10. They're winning that game. Texas Tech. I don't know why I'm struggling with the Texases today. Texas Tech. I have a hard time getting past a 7 out of 10 because that's still a really good team, and I just don't know that the vibes are going to be overly crazy with just real standard jerseys. Like, hopefully they'll find a way to mix it up a little bit, but I don't know. Week 8, or we did week 8. Week 9 against Houston, I'm gonna go an 8 out of 10 still. I just like keeping it nice and simple, traditional for that. Week 12, that's your homecoming. I'm gonna stick with an 8 out of 10, although I really do think West Virginia is gonna be bad. So I would bump it up, but I'm basing it specifically off of the uniforms. Excuse me. Give me an 8 out of 10. And then against U of A, that's obviously a 10 out of 10. Throwback helmets, traditional all the way around. Give me 1996 look. That's a 10 out of 10. What do you guys think of the theme schedule? Is there anything that you would change, or do you think it's perfect? Where do you want your throwback uniforms, though? Let me know in the comments. You can hit me up on Twitter at RichieBrads36 or the podcast at LO_Sun Devils. Wherever you're getting your shows, hit like, hit subscribe, turn on notifications. You'll get an update whenever we post new content. I appreciate each and every single one of you for tuning in to make Locked On Sun Devils your first listen of the day. And shout out to my everydayers who are here every day. I want to wish everybody a very happy Easter weekend. I hope that all of you spend some time with your family and enjoy the closeness together. I will not be having a live this weekend because, it's Easter weekend. I will be keeping you up to date with everything else, though, and we'll be back on Monday with anything that breaks for the Sun Devils, whether it's on the basketball team or the football team. Now's never been a better time to subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Till then, you keep it locked right here on Locked On Sun Devils.